Hey y'all, it's Lindsay, and I'm going to show you my preschoolers curriculum for 2018 and 2019. So, a few housekeeping things. I am Lindsay. I have three girls, Caitlin, who is 7.5, Molly, who is 4.5, and Lauren, who is 11 months old. We are going to be starting the first formal education for my middle child, Molly, being 4.5. We are going to be doing a pre-K/K level school year for her because her birthday falls in November and she'll be 5 then, and I think she's really more ready for the kindergarten level work, but we have to classify her as a preschooler. Another thing is we use a public virtual charter school to home educate our children, and doing those things means that we have to have certain amounts of samples and documentation. And there are curriculum things that I wouldn't normally do for a kindergarten level year because we follow the well-trained mind as our outline of how we're going to educate our children. But we've got to have those samples for certain subjects that you don't really use from the well-trained mind in a kindergarten level year. So we're kind of modifying it this year a little bit just to make sure that we're in compliance with our charter school. We begin each day with our morning basket, and that is where we get to do our read alouds, our memory work, art appreciation, music appreciation, anything that's kind of more of an elective or more of the beautiful things about life. We like to include those in our morning basket. And two things that we definitely will be using this year is the Claritas Publishing memory work for cycle 3. And we're going to start the school year off reading the Little Pilgrim's Progress. This is sort of like a child's version of the Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan. But this is written by Helen Taylor. Anyway, so those two things are definitely going to be in our morning basket, along with Squilt. Super quiet, uninterrupted listening time. Yes. So Squilt is a music appreciation program that we are going to be using. It's all online, otherwise I would hold it up for you. Next we have math. This is what we're going to be using, Saxon Level K. So we'll be using this for Molly. It's a lot more hands-on concept learning with manipulatives and just way less paperwork for a kindergarten level. So Molly will enjoy that. And this is one that I'm super excited about for this year. I've never used this curriculum before, and I'm really excited to sink our teeth into it and see how well it can work for Molly. And that is the Logic of English Foundations program. I have level A and B here, which can, this takes up one school year. So we've got these are those are the teacher manuals. And then I've got this box full of the rest of the stuff from the kit. We did buy the kit through our charter school so that way it had, our tactile cards. And we are going with cursive for Molly. Here are her student books. We've got, what else? The little readers. We've got the books for the sounds book, the board. We've got the phonogram flashcards. We've got card games, totally full of tons of cool stuff. Oh, this is super helpful. The spelling rules and stuff like that, and phonogram rules, the rhythm of handwriting. So this program is a complete language arts program. It's exactly what we need for Molly. So we've got all of those things for her. We are also going to be using 5 in a row. This is volume 2 from the spring semester of volume 2. We have got that. We have all of the books right here for that. And then we've also got volume 1 for the fall semester. Our charter school has so many people that wind up choosing to use 5 in a row that they put together these kits that have all of those books for that particular unit, and it makes life very simple for me. I've got everything I need. That will cover all of our literature. It will help us with social studies and science and art. It also does language arts and math kind of stuff as well, but I'm really thinking that this will be more appropriate for Molly. And the concepts that are in the 5 in a row curriculum will just sort of reinforce math concepts and language arts concepts that we will talk about. So because we are using the virtual public charter, we do have to show samples. And while 5 in a Row covers social studies, geography, history, all of those kinds of things, and sciences, those things are not very easily turned in as samples. We don't have to report a ton of samples, but we still need to have something to show. And so this year we've decided to use the Kumon geography book. This is US and Canada. And then we've got the Kumon science, and these are pre-K and up. They are very, very basic mazes, stickers, just various stuff like that, like life science, astronomy, weather, all the various types of things. And then for geography, there is also a bunch of sticker page lessons. And then they've got various, mazes. We're using that for our turn-in samples, and we'll still have samples from the 5 in a Row curricula, but, just to make sure that we've got all of our bases covered, that's what we'll be using for that. And then finally, we'll be using SongSchool Spanish for Molly. We used SongSchool Spanish for Caitlin last year. We all loved it. It was a really fun program. It's got the DVDs, and it just kind of goes through that week's lesson with you, and then you get to follow along, or you have your own book that you do the things. And for Molly, this will be really helpful because a lot of pages, when you're first learning the vocabulary, have everything kind of like pre-written out for you. You just have to trace it. So we will be doing that for Molly. We do ascribe to a one-room schoolhouse concept. So all of our history, science, literature, morning time, everything is going to be all together with the exception of math and language arts. Those two will be on level for Caitlin and Molly, but everything else is just kind of going to be a group experience. It's kind of a lot, I think, to go through, but at the same time, we are really trying to give our girls a lot of pegs to be able to hang for future information off of. And I think this will be really exciting. I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm kind of excited to get started with our school year for the fact that I want to see it all play out. So I want to thank you so much for coming along and seeing what we're going to be using for Molly's pre-K kindergarten school year, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.